Thank you, madam, for the introduction. Good morning to all. Most respected Chief Guest, Mr. Somarajulu, Director, IITM. Most respected Subbareddy Garu, Chairman, GPREC. Principal, Sir, Mr. Srinivasa Reddy. Then my ISRO colleagues led by our Narasimha Murthy. Students, faculty members, print and electronic media. Good morning once again. Yes, ISRO is celebrating this World Space Week in India, in all the states. SDG Sharp, we are conducting this outreach program in 3 states this year. Tamil Nadu 3 locations and Andhra Pradesh 4 locations and Orissa in 1 location we are celebrating. This is only to tell the students community, because you are all the future of India, the importance of the space activities, what are all things we are going to get out of that, and how ISRO has come in the last 4 decades, and what are all the benefits. So this outreach program will surely help the students to decide further. So it gives me immense pleasure to deliver this keynote address on this occasion of this inaugural function of this World Space Week in Kurnool. So in this talk, I will just divide into 3 parts. One is I'll talk about ISRO for some time, then World Space Week, and about the theme of this World Space Week. So what is, before we get into that, what we have to understand, what is space technology? So space technology is developed by space science and aerospace industry to govern or to tell how to make the space transportation systems or satellite, ground system, and analysis of the data from satellite, and how to make use of that. The space actually is the final frontier. Space is always fascinating. See, 57, the first launch happened, 66 years almost over. Still, space is fascinating. Moon landing is in 67, almost 55, 56 years over. Still, space is fascinating. These are all we are all the ISRO people. We are all the example of that. Even though we did 94 launches from SDG Sharp, still every launch, almost I supported 90 launches from different capacities from my joining. 35 years of service in different capacities. I supported almost 90 launches. Other than the SLV, almost ASLV, D2 onward. D1 actually just joined, I was outside. Okay, other than almost 89, 90 launch I supported. So still every launch will be fascinating. In the last 15 launches, you might have seen me announcing the different events of the things and confirming the accomplishment of the flight. So that time everything will be in tension. It will be fascinating. And all our seniors always will tell that every launch you have to take it as a first launch. So that is the reason ISRO is at this stage now. So space will be fascinating not only years together, it will be fascinating 3 years boy as well as 75 years or 80 years, 90 years old person also. It will be fascinating. It will be continue to fascinating. Okay, then coming to ISRO, what is the ISRO vision? ISRO vision is to harness the space technology and the space exploration, whatever we do, it should benefit the human mankind. That is the important of that. For that, ISRO, what we have to do? ISRO has to build vehicles. So you know that we have different kind of vehicles starting from SLV, ASLV, PSLV, GSLV Mach 2, LVM3, and we are going to have shortly human-rated launch vehicle. Okay, these are all the vehicles we have. So we have to build the vehicles, then we have to build the satellites. What kind of satellites we have to build? We have to build the satellites of Earth observation satellites, communication has to do. To do this, what ISRO has. ISRO is having around 20 to 22 center bar units. Each center is activities are specific. If you take VSSC in Trivandrum, they will build the vehicle. And LPSC in Trivandrum, they will make the liquid stages and cryo stages. And it will be fabricated by ISRO Propulsion Complex at Mahendragiri. And Sadish 7 Suspender will make the solid motors and assembly, then do the launch support. And SWAC. SAC, that is in Ahmedabad, they will be making all the payload for the satellites. So like that, every center, ISRO will take care of the tracking and commanding of all the satellites. So like that, each center is having its own activities and specific to the things. So we started the ISRO with a humble beginning in 60s, in the early 60s, I think 62, we launched the first sounding rocket, then followed by 63, one RH, that is Rohini 75 is launched, then 69 in ISRO is formed. Before that, it was not in under the ISRO. Then 69 ISRO is formed, and 75 is the first launch of satellite Aryabhata is done from the Soviet Russia. So with that, starting from that, the Rohini series of sounding rocket till the last launch on September 2nd this year, Aditya PSLV 57, we did so many launches. Okay, so till now we did 125 spacecraft missions and 94 vehicle, that is launch missions, and then we did 431 satellites of foreign countries for 34 countries, and 2 re-entry missions, 15 student satellites, and 3 Indian 3 satellites from the Indian private players. We did that. So, and the famous Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3, and the Mangalyaan and Aditya, all the things we did from the Satish Dhawan Space Center. So then, as on August 23rd evening, 1804, when Chandrayaan touched the south pole of the moon, in total India, so including all the 16,000 employees across the different centers, also we are also so much excited when it landed. So the YouTube statistics confirms that 80 lakh people have watched. This is the world record in the YouTube. See, earlier the YouTube record was 62 lakh in the last World Cup only. So I think it takes long time to break this record. So now, then one more point is that, so in ISRO, even we are the first 5 satellites actually successfully, we just moved out of the Earth orbit, Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3, and followed by, earlier Mangalyaan, and the latest this on September 29, Aditya. 5 satellites we moved successfully in the first attempt, moved out of the Earth orbit to do the intended applications. So that ISRO immediate programs, so we have the test vehicle launch. This is for the Gaganyaan, getting ready for the Gaganyaan, because before going for the Gaganyaan, we need a lot of tests. So we have to, the first test is planned in the near future to test the Guru escape system and the recovery. Then followed by, we have XPOSAT satellite. So that is the first dedicated polarimeter mission to study the various dynamics of astronomical X-ray sources in extreme conditions. Then we have a NISAR satellite, that is a NASA and ISRO in a low Earth orbit. This is synthetic aperture radar to map the Earth with the temporal and the spatial mode. So these are all the immediate programs of ISRO. Then coming to the World Space Week. Okay, this World Space Week, I think getting celebrated in 1999 onwards, and almost we are also last 5 years, I think 2017 or 18 onwards, ISRO is also celebrating. So this is the 23rd year or 24th year of this celebration. This is getting celebrated in 90 countries, supported by 1,000 corporates to do this. What for this? All these things are getting celebrated. So this is getting celebrated only to give the awareness for the young minds and address a large cross section of the public, and also to get support for public for all our specs activities, and also to explain what is the advantage of this space exploration, what we are going to get out of that. And very important thing is, this is to excite the young mind of students to get into the science, engineering, mathematics, technology, and the business analysis, to improve our nation in all the departments. That is the thing. This is not only for the space. If you are getting to science, engineering, technology, mathematics, business analysis, so it will be good for any nation in all the departments. That is the main thing. Then coming to this year theme, this space entrepreneurship. See, now also every country is launching, right? Every country is okay. Why this ISRO news is first of all sensational? Because UN approved countries are around 198 or 200 countries may be there. Out of that, in highway, these spacefaring countries with good vehicles and good satellites are only 11 countries out of that. and only 6 countries moved the satellite out of the Earth orbit. So the first 2 levels India is there. We are the very good one out of the 11, one out of the 6. And shortly, that the third step is only 3 countries have done the astronauts in the Earth orbit. So shortly, in the down the line, in the near future, we will be doing it Gaganyaan launch. So by that, we will be getting into the third category of putting the humankind in the Earth orbit. And the fourth is putting the thing out of the Earth orbit like moon or not. That is till now only one country has done that. So these are all the things. Why that is the reason, and ISRO news is always sensational. Then space and entrepreneurship. Why this now suddenly these entrepreneurships are required? Because now also when every country is launching it, so many industries are involved. So hundreds of countries, hundreds of private parties are involved for our launch support, or satellite making, or ground support, or data analysis, for all the things industries are, but they are not ultimate responsible. They are not ultimate responsible for the vehicle. They are not responsible for the satellite. So, but we are taking the help of them, getting the things and getting it assembled, but the final responsibility lies with that concerned the space agency of that country only. So now we want to give why this space entrepreneurship is required. Because space entrepreneurship is supposed to be the visionary and the innovator, and he has to commercializing these space opportunities. And he is a business savvy because he has to combine the technical experts and with a strong business analysis. So, and also he should be risk tolerance and resilient, because space is always risk. There is in the space there is nothing like a 99.9. So it should be 100%. Everything should work 100%, or the redundant system work. If the main system is in problem, the redundant system work. So if the system, all the systems are working 100%, then only it will be success. So that the private parties, whoever enters it, they should see that there would be risk tolerance. They should have high risk tolerance, and resilience should be there. So till the last 10 to 15 years back, that is space 1.0 if you call it, the space 1.0 is fully dominated by the countries only, because of all big countries, they will be just doing this space activities for the benefit of the mankind, only for why this is done by only the countries, because there is no return from that time. Okay, so but that time only the rivalries are only between the countries. So the rivals are only between the countries, who did first orbital flight, who did first, who landed in the moon. So like that, only the things are there in that. Now it is a 2.0. It is a totally different. It is between the rivalries between the private parties who will do the space applications most. So that is the thing level it has come. See, if you have one operator, if some time back, if you take 20 years back and all, for anything, so we will have only one operator. For anything, we have to go to the only that source, get it done. But today, for anything, a lot of competition is there. So that what is the advantage we are getting? We are getting cost effective. So that is the thing this requires. So it is started in other countries in 2004 onwards. This first suborbital flight is done in 2004 by Ball Allen. Then 2008, the Falcon 1, that is the first private orbital flight, is done by the SpaceX. Then 2016, SpaceX succeeded the land rockets at sea. So that confirms what? It will be reusable launch vehicle. They will be getting ready. And 2020, this is SpaceX Falcon 9 crewed mission. This is a crewed mission to visit the International Space Station. Then July 2021, Jeff Bezos, he is the CEO of the Blue Origin. He himself visited, he himself traveled in the Earth orbit. Then September 2021, SpaceX operates Inspiration 4, first crewed the private citizen. And you are the young people, you will be traveling, you will be getting into the space tourism in years to come. Okay, so these are all the things. So this way, why private people are required? Then why India needs private people? Okay, why ISRO needs private people support? Because ISRO needs, because if you take the space economy, ISRO is only 2% of the total space economy. So, but our requirement is very high. Why is our requirement is very high? Because you take India, different states, we having different things, and we have 1.37 billion people, but we have our mobile phone is 1.57 billion. For that, OTT requirement, broadband requirement, all these things, the requirement of satellite is very, 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 very high. And yearly $1 billion Earth observation data we are getting it from the other foreign satellites, and $0.5 billion data we are getting it for this OTT and 5G are from the foreign satellites. To do all these things, we need the support from the private people. ISRO will continue to do the R&D activities and strategic things, and private people are supposed to take care of this, all this launch, and required satellites or required satellite application or required ground support and the data analysis should be taken care by this. Okay, due to the shortage of time, let me conclude saying that the one important point, always I say that at the end of this. So what we will do is this: as we climb up on the terrace, the barriers in the house will vanish. As we climb up in a multi-story building, the barriers across street will vanish. As we climb up and fly in aerospace, in aeroplane, the barriers across cities will vanish. As we fly in a rocket, the frontiers across countries will vanish. And as we watch from the space, the entire globe looks united. The ultimate development of space, science and research also aims at bringing the entire human race under one roof. There is no doubt that space science will unite us, will benefit the entire community, entire humanity. So thank you.